For the Clarity Crew, I'm Kurt Gebhards, and this is your 5 at 5. Parents, I want to help you today and Friday save your summer. I hope by now you're headlong into summer plans. Maybe they've been reworked since all the COVID nonsense of earlier this year. But I trust that you're into summer. That means that your kids are around and they have additional time and that they are available. And I want to help you to know how to save your summer from this black hole. It may be that your children have a media device, a phone, or at the very least, access to television or the like. I want to help you to understand how you can save your summer for the glory of God by making sure that these temptations are minimized. Ephesians 5:15 and 16 says this: be careful how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, and make the most of your time, for the days are evil. Paul warns us that time is running down a course of evil and wickedness. And unless we're diligent and active to make the most of it, following a path of wisdom, it will not be redeemed. But he calls us to redeem the time for the glory of God and for the benefit of our families and of our children. And again, one of the main challenges to it being redeemed is this device right here. And I think the primary reason why it becomes a black hole or something that jeopardizes our children's welfare is because they see this device in a wrong way. Instead of seeing this as a tool, they see it as an entertainment device. We need to teach our children that phones are tools. They're devices to accomplish certain ends, not devices intended to be a ubiquitous 24-hour source of unending entertainment. If you let your children think that way, it could be very damaging for them because truly it's there with them all the time. Think about when we were young, and I know I sound like quite a curmudgeon when I use terms like that, but again, in my generation, when I was young, there were only 12 channels. There were actually 13, but PBS didn't count because nobody wanted to watch anything besides Bob Ross on PBS. So 12 channels, and of those 12 channels and all the programming, there was only 2 hours, 1 2-hour block on Saturdays where they showed cartoons. And ironically, that was very early in the morning, so I felt like I had to wake myself up to watch the only programming designed for me. Whoa, how many thousands or tens of thousands of times more entertaining options are there for kids today? And not just that they're available, but they're always available on their device is an issue of significance. So teach them that it is a tool and not an entertainment device. And when we talk about entertainment isn't necessarily wrong, but it's important to understand the difference between entertainment that is provided for you by a show and entertainment that is generated by you in a certain activity. Again, maybe you were like me and you had to whittle your own baseball bat out of a pine tree and take rubber bands and wrap them around to make a baseball. Well, it wasn't that severe, but much of our entertainment years ago was generated. We made up a game. We went out and found an adventure. We had interactions with human beings and we figured out how to work through all of those challenges. And so entertainment is not the problem. It's how much of it we consume, how often it's available to us, and whether it is provided where we just sit there dumbstruck by the blue rays that are coming out of that silly box, or it's being generated. So here's a few thoughts for you associated with media and phones and the rest. Talk to your kids about what they want to accomplish. Talk to them about their schedule. Talk to them about their priorities, and then help them work towards those priorities. Also, consider how they want to use their phone, and maybe think about the dimensions of a phone contract, where they'll plug it in at night away from their rooms, how often they'll use it. Maybe we as parents should spend the first part of our summer understanding how phones are used and the dynamics or the different apps that are on our children's phones, how to protect our children, how to put different limits on their phones so that their summer can be hopefully redeemed for the glory of God in accordance with their ultimate aspirations, as opposed to lost down the way of evil because it was sucked into this black hole of entertainment that is always with them. So we're going to be back on Friday considering again, how you can save your summer. We're going to talk about diligence and its value for your family, making a family plan, and looking at the joy of diligence. And so we want to help you, parents, save your summer For the Clarity Crew, I'm Kurt Gebhards. Be encouraged, be challenged, be clear.